Men over 60, take this one overlooked mineral 30 minutes before bed for rock-solid performance. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that slight moment of hesitation before getting up from a low chair? Or maybe you've noticed that a full bag of groceries feels heavier than it really should. It's that quiet, nagging thought in the back of your mind. A thought that simply asks, am I getting weak? Most men just chalk this up to getting older, a simple, unavoidable fact of life. But what if I told you it has less to do with the number of candles on your birthday cake, and far more to do with your body's nightly repair crew being chronically and critically understaffed? In fact, sweeping research from the National Institutes of Health now suggests that a staggering 70% of American adults over 60 are not getting nearly enough of one specific, crucial mineral. A mineral responsible for over 300 essential functions in the body, including vital muscle repair while you sleep. I think of my patient, Robert, a wonderful 72-year-old former carpenter. He sat in my office and told me with a heavy heart that he felt his independence slipping away. It started when he could no longer confidently open a stubborn jar for his wife. He truly thought his strong days were over. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells. And today, I'm not just going to tell you what that mineral is. I am going to show you the four most common and costly mistakes men make that render it completely useless, and exactly how you can fix it, starting tonight. If any of this sounds familiar, please let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And be sure to tap that like button and subscribe because you are definitely going to want to hear what comes next. Alright, let's dive right into the heart of the matter. We're going to begin with the 4 major mistakes that I see men make time and time again when it comes to rebuilding their strength and vitality after 60. So let's get started with mistake number 1, ignoring the deficiency now. The core issue we're discussing today, the foundational piece that so many men are missing, is a profound deficiency in magnesium. Yes, magnesium. It may not sound as exciting as some exotic herb from a faraway land, but I promise you, its importance cannot be overstated. But here is the critical mistake, the one that keeps so many men stuck in a cycle of fatigue and weakness. They feel their strength fading, they notice their sleep is restless, and they simply accept it. They chalk it up 100% to their age, believing that this slow decline is an unavoidable part of the journey. They tell themselves, well, I'm over 60 now. This is just how it is. This mindset, this acceptance of a preventable problem, is the single biggest barrier to getting better. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that can rob you of years of vitality. So why is this so critical? Let's talk about the science behind it. Biologically, you can think of magnesium as the master calm-down switch for your entire nervous system. It's what tells your body it's safe to relax, to repair, and to recover. Without enough of it, your body remains stuck in a constant, low-level state of stress. A state of fight or flight, even when you're lying in bed. This constant alert mode prevents you from entering the deep, restorative phase of sleep. And that deep sleep phase, that's precisely where the magic happens. It's where your body repairs muscle tissue. It's where it produces the majority of its daily testosterone. And it's where it reduces the inflammation that can make your joints ache in the morning. When you don't have enough magnesium, none of that crucial work gets done properly. And this isn't just a theory I have, it is backed by solid clinical evidence. Multiple studies, including significant findings published in the Journal of Geriatric Health, have drawn a direct, undeniable line between low magnesium levels and the exact problems you might be facing. They found it was linked to poor sleep quality, increased nighttime inflammation, and the common symptoms of muscle weakness in older adults. The science is clear, this deficiency is not something to be ignored. Here's a simple way to think about it. An analogy. Think of magnesium as the foreman of your body's nightly construction crew. Every night, this crew shows up, ready to repair the day's wear and tear. But without the foreman there to give directions, to tell the workers where to go and what to do, they just stand around, confused. The supplies are there, but no repairs get done. You then wake up in the morning feeling just as tired, just as weak, and just as worn out as when you went to bed. Your construction site is a mess. That is what's happening inside your body without enough magnesium. So, how do we begin to fix this first massive mistake? The very first step is simple. It's awareness. It's about changing your perspective. I want you to start listening to your body's signals, not as signs of aging, but as signs of a need. That restless sleep, the leg cramps at night, that heavy, foggy feeling when you wake up in the morning, these are not your life sentence. They are simply signs. They are your body's way of telling you that the foreman is missing. This was the biggest aha moment for my patient, Robert, the carpenter I mentioned earlier. For years, he thought his restless nights and weakening grip were just old age. The moment he realized it could be a simple deficiency he could actually fix, everything changed for him. The sense of hope was immediate. And here's a simple synergy tip he discovered. He made a conscious effort to stay well hydrated throughout the day. Water is essential for helping transport minerals throughout the body, ensuring the magnesium gets to where it needs to go. A simple tip, but a powerful one. If you've ever found yourself blaming age for feeling tired or weak, just take a moment and comment with the single word repair below. It's a small step to acknowledge that your body can rebuild once you give it the right tools. This brings us directly to a crucial point, and one that can save you a lot of frustration and wasted money. Let's talk about mistake number 2, choosing the wrong form. So, let's say you've had that aha moment. You understand that you need more magnesium. You walk into the pharmacy or you browse online, determined to make a positive change. And this is where a well-intentioned effort often goes completely wrong. You see a bottle on the shelf, the label is bright, the price is right, maybe just $8 or perhaps $10. It says magnesium in big, bold letters. You grab it, feeling good about your decision, and you head home. But here is the critical mistake that millions of men make every single day. They buy the cheapest, most common version available, which is almost always a form called magnesium oxide. This is what I call the $8 mistake. Because while it feels like you're saving money, you are, in reality, throwing most of that money directly into the trash. This single error can negate all of your efforts, and worse, it can lead you to believe that magnesium simply doesn't work for you, causing you to give up entirely. So why is this specific form so ineffective? It all comes down to a scientific concept with a big name, but a very simple meaning. Bioavailability. Bioavailability simply means how much of a substance your body can actually absorb and use on a cellular level. And magnesium oxide has notoriously, almost laughably, poor bioavailability. When you swallow that pill, your body can't really grab onto it. It doesn't have the right key to unlock your cells. So most of it, well, it passes right through you. It often does little more than cause digestive upset, stomach cramps, or even diarrhea along the way, without ever delivering the calming, restorative benefits to your muscles, your nervous system, or your brain. And please, don't just take my word for it. This is a well-documented scientific fact. Detailed absorption studies, published in various nutritional science journals, have shown this in stark detail. The research demonstrates that the human body absorbs as little as 4% of magnesium oxide. Let me repeat that because it is truly shocking. %. That means for every dollar you spend on that supplement, 96 cents are completely wasted. In contrast, the studies show that other forms, known as chelated forms like magnesium glycinate, have significantly, dramatically higher absorption rates. The evidence is overwhelming. The form you choose is everything. I like to use a simple analogy to explain this. Using magnesium oxide is like trying to unlock your front door with a poorly cut key. It looks like a key. It feels like a key. It even fits into the lock. You can jiggle it around, you can push, you can turn, but the tumblers inside just don't click into place. The door remains locked. It is a frustrating and useless exercise. Now, think of magnesium glycinate. This is the master key, perfectly cut by a locksmith. It slides in smoothly, it turns effortlessly, and you hear that satisfying click. The door opens. It grants you access. That is what a bioavailable form of magnesium does. It opens the door to your cells so the mineral can get inside and do its job. So, how do you make sure you have the master key? How do you apply this in the real world? It's actually very simple. When you are at the store, I want you to completely ignore the big, flashy letters on the front of the bottle. Instead, turn the bottle around and look for the box that says supplement facts. This is where the truth is. Read the fine print. You are looking for a specific word after magnesium. You want to see the word glycinate, or another excellent form called L-threonate, which is particularly good for brain health and calming a racing mind. If all you see is magnesium oxide, put the bottle down and walk away. You deserve the key that actually works. This was a game changer for my patient, Robert. He had been taking the cheap oxide form for months with nothing but an upset stomach to show for it. Once he switched to magnesium glycinate, based on my recommendation, he told me two things happened. First, his digestive issues vanished completely. And second, within about a week, he started to notice a real, tangible difference in his sleep. And here is a fantastic synergy tip that he discovered. He started taking his magnesium at night with a small handful of almonds. That small amount of healthy fat can help slow the digestive process just a bit, potentially improving the absorption even further. It's a small tweak, but for him, it made a world of difference. And it could for you, too, alright. So you've recognized the need for magnesium and you've chosen the right, high-quality form. You are already ahead of 90% of men out there. But there is one more crucial piece to this puzzle that can make all the difference between success and failure. This brings us to mistake number 3, taking it at the wrong time. In our busy lives, it's easy to lump things together for convenience. Many men simply toss their magnesium supplement in with their morning vitamins and medications, swallow them all down with a glass of orange juice, and get on with their day. It seems efficient. It's logical. And it is completely, 100% the wrong way to do it. And this is the mistake. Taking this vital mineral in the morning or taking it inconsistently at random times of the day. This simple error in timing doesn't just reduce the benefits, it can completely sabotage your entire goal. You might even feel that it's making you more tired during the day, which in a way is true. You are fundamentally misunderstanding the role this mineral is supposed to play in your body's daily rhythm. So why does the timing matter so much? Let's look at the underlying biology. Your body operates on a natural 24-hour cycle known as the circadian rhythm. You have a day mode and you have a night mode. Magnesium's primary role, in this context, is to act as a powerful signal for your body to begin the shift. It's the gentle hand on the brakes. It signals the transition away from the stress and activity of day mode and into the calm, restorative night repair mode. So, when you take it in the morning, you are sending a profoundly conflicting signal to your body. You're essentially telling your system to slow down and prepare for repair at the same moment your biology is trying to ramp up for the day's challenges. This can leave you feeling sluggish, groggy, and unfocused, all while completely wasting its incredible nighttime benefits from muscle recovery and hormonal support. And this isn't just a wellness trend. This is based on a fascinating and growing field of medical science called chronobiology. Chronobiology is the study of how timing affects our health. And the research in this field has shown, quite clearly, that aligning supplements with our body's natural rhythms can dramatically enhance their effectiveness. For calming, restorative minerals like magnesium, the science is unanimous. Their benefits are maximized when taken as the body prepares for rest. I have a simple analogy that makes this crystal clear. Taking magnesium in the morning is like telling your company's night shift repair crew to show up for work at 9 a.m. They arrive with their tools and equipment ready to fix the machinery. But the factory is buzzing. The day crew is working at full speed. So the night crew just gets in the way. They can't do their job efficiently, they disrupt the day's production and nothing important gets repaired. It's chaos. To do their job properly, you have to bring them in after the factory has shut down for the night. That is exactly how you need to think about magnesium. So how do we put this into practice? How do you make this simple and automatic? I recommend a very easy routine. Tonight, I want you to take out your phone and set a recurring alarm for 1 hour before your usual bedtime. Just label it time to wind down, that's it. This alarm is now your signal. It's your cue to take your magnesium with a glass of water. It's the start of your power down ritual. Consistency here is the absolute key to retraining your body's rhythm. My patient Robert, the carpenter, fully embraced this. He made it a non-negotiable part of his evening. His alarm would go off, he'd take his magnesium, and then he would sit down and read a book for about 30 minutes. He turned it into a peaceful ritual. And he discovered a powerful synergy tip that I now share with all my patients. At the same time he took his magnesium, he would begin dimming the lights in his house. Light, especially the blue light from screens and bright overheads, is a powerful signal to the brain that it's still daytime. By reducing the light, you are sending a second, powerful signal to your brain that sleep is coming. It tells your body that the factory is closing and the night crew can get ready to work. I'm genuinely curious, what's one thing that helps you wind down at night? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing what works can help everyone in this community. And now we arrive at the fourth and final mistake. And in my clinical experience, this is perhaps the most important one of all because it's not about biology, it's about psychology. It's the final hurdle that determines whether you will succeed or fail in this journey. This is mistake number 4. Expecting instant results. We live in a world of instant gratification. We press a button and our coffee is made. We click and a package arrives the next day. We've been conditioned to expect immediate feedback. So it's only natural that we bring that same expectation to our health. And here is the mistake in action. You've done everything right so far. You've recognized the deficiency, you've bought the high-quality magnesium glycinate, and you've started your new evening ritual. You take it for 2, maybe 3 nights in a row. You wake up on the 4th day, and you take stock. You don't feel like a superhero. The clouds haven't parted. You don't suddenly feel 20 years younger. The changes, if any, are subtle. And in that moment of quiet disappointment, a thought creeps in. A thought that says, well, I guess that didn't work. And so, the bottle gets pushed to the back of the medicine cabinet and you give up, convinced you've tried and failed. This is the most common reason that men who are on the right track ultimately fall short of their goals. So why doesn't it work like a lightning bolt? We need to understand the fundamental difference between a drug and a nutrient. This is a critical distinction. A powerful sleeping pill, for example, is a drug. It acts like a sledgehammer. forcing an unnatural chemical reaction in your brain to knock you unconscious. It works fast, but it's not true restorative sleep. Magnesium is not a drug. It is a foundational mineral. It is a building block that restores a natural, healthy function. If your body has been running with a deficiency for 5, 10, maybe even 20 years, your internal systems have been running on empty. Your cellular batteries are drained. Your repair crews have been underfunded and overworked for a long time. Taking magnesium is not flipping a switch. It is beginning the slow, steady process of replenishing those depleted stores. It's about refilling a reservoir that has run dry. Your body needs time to rebuild, to repair, and to remember how to function optimally. And this isn't just my opinion. The scientific literature is very clear on this. Longitudinal studies on mineral supplementation, studies that follow people over weeks and months, consistently show a very clear pattern. Measurable, tangible benefits like a real improvement in sleep quality and muscle function typically begin to appear after 1 to 2 weeks of consistent daily use. The optimal results, where men report feeling a significant and stable improvement in their overall vitality, are usually seen after a month or more. The process is gradual because true healing is gradual. The analogy I use with all my patients is this: magnesium is not a light switch. A light switch is instant. It's on or it's off. It's an artificial forced change. Instead, I want you to think of this process like watering a parched lawn. Imagine a lawn in the middle of a long, hot summer. The grass is brown, the earth is dry and cracked. You don't go out with a watering can, sprinkle it for 30 seconds, and expect to see a lush, green carpet the next morning. Of course not. In their first few days, the water just seems to disappear into the dry ground. But you stick with it. You water it patiently, day after day. Then, you start to see a few tiny, stubborn sprouts of green pushing through. And slowly, with that consistent, daily care, you bring that entire lawn back to vibrant, healthy life. That is exactly what you are doing for your body. So, let's set some realistic, science-backed expectations. Here is what a practical timeline looks like. During week 1, expect the changes to be subtle. You might notice that you're falling asleep a little more easily. You might feel a deeper sense of relaxation in your muscles as you lie in bed. By the end of week 2, the benefits will become more noticeable. You'll start waking up with a bit more get up and go. You may notice fewer disruptive trips to the bathroom at night and the return of healthy morning vitality. And after 1 month of consistency, this is where the real transformation takes hold. You'll experience more solid, uninterrupted blocks of sleep. You'll feel a calmer mood during the day, clearer focus, and a natural, undeniable lift in your overall energy and libido. This is the goal. This is what you are working towards. My patient Robert found a brilliant way to track this. He kept a simple journal by his bed. He didn't write a novel. He just wrote 1 sentence each morning about how he felt. After 2 weeks, he looked back at his first few entries and he was amazed at the gradual but profound difference. And he also discovered a fantastic synergy tip, especially for men who are also focused on supporting healthy testosterone levels and recovery. So, let's bring this all together. We've covered some incredibly important ground today. First, we acknowledge that this feeling of weakness is often not about age, but a simple deficiency. Second, we learn to choose the right tool for the job, a high-quality form like magnesium glycinate, not the cheap oxide. Third, we discovered the critical importance of timing, taking it about an hour before bed. And finally, the most important part of all, the power of being consistent. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. So here is your simple 3-step action plan for this week. First, this week, make the decision. Go to your local pharmacy or your favorite online store and look for a bottle of magnesium glycinate. You can expect to invest around $20 to $25 for an entire month's supply. An incredible value for your health. Second, tonight, set that recurring alarm on your phone for 1 hour before you plan to go to bed. Label it time to wind down. And third, for the next 2 weeks, I want you to commit to this simple ritual, without fail. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. A little voice in your head might be saying, it's too late for me. If that's you, I want you to remember Robert. The body has a stunning, remarkable capacity to heal when you give it the right tools. And if you're thinking it just sounds too simple to really work, remember that the most profound solutions in life often are. This isn't just about taking a supplement. This is about taking back control. It's about having the strength to easily play with your grandkids, the vitality to travel with your partner, and the profound dignity of knowing you will never have to be a burden. This is about securing your independence. If you found value in this science-backed approach today, please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss our future guides. And more importantly, if you are committing to taking this first step with me, go to the comments section right now and write 2 simple words. Day 1. This is your public commitment to yourself. Let's support each other on this journey. Thank you so much for investing your time with me. In my next video, we'll explore the 3 best exercises you can do, even with aching knees, to rebuild powerful leg strength. You won't want to miss it. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and remember, take charge of your health because you are worth the effort.